Welcome to Juicy Talk with your girl Juicy and my homegirl DJ Tosh Beats in the building.
What up, everybody? It's your girl DJ Tosh Beats. I am in the building.
Yes,
We on Juicy Talk
yes,
today.
yes. So we have some wonderful things to talk about today, as we always do. So, Tosh, what you sipping on tonight?
Ah, Euphoria. Um, I am. This here is a pear martini made with pear Grey Goose and some other stuff I can't pronounce right now, and
Mm.
I feel great. I recommend this 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I know that's right. Well, I am drinking something that's like my favorite pink catawba, right?
Ooh, that sounds
So
good.
it is really good. And this is like my favorite one because it's like 11% alcohol, but it's my favorite because it's not too sweet. It's like a little twang, tang to it or something that I like really like. So this this is what I'm sipping on today. I'm gonna refill my cup. Put in the comments what y'all drinking on.
Sipping on some scissor. Nah,
Not dessert. No.
they call it. Yeah.
Oh, and my glass. Oh, let me see your martini glass, Tosh.
See it.
Oh yeah, it's cute. Look,
Thank you.
I like it. And I got my mommy sippy cup because I
That's
got
cute.
my grown mommy juice. Ooh,
I'm gonna have a couple more, because this will take you out.
yes. Sip slowly. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, but before we like really get all the way into it, I want to talk about what's been going on lately. So everybody's still buzzing about Cat Williams, right? And there's a lot of people that's coming out. Even more people, I think. Bun B talked about it. Just other people been talking about how Hollywood be trying to take men manhood away.
Yeah, that was weird. Everybody's wearing dresses and whatnot. I said it's like a dress initiation. I can't even say it. But yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And it's just strange.
It is. And what's even more crazy about it is that it's so many people, men, that are coming out. And then when you start looking at it and doing the math, you start
Mhm.
seeing like, oh yeah, this person, like pretty much all the comedians, except for the ones who have blatantly, said they're not doing that, like Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams, everybody else is saying that they were like initiated in some type of way. And how they be, did you hear the one they were talking about how they, when it comes to doing contracts and different things like that, how these men are going in to sit there and do their contracts and they like, no, I'm not accepting that, I don't want that. Then they be like, roll the tape, and it be them doing some compromise, situations.
Yeah, they look. I can't believe it. Just a tad bit.
Yeah, definitely nutty.
I
Definitely
believe it.
a nutty thing.
I believe they're gonna be on that one guy show. What's his name? Karam. I can't even. He gonna be on it. They're all gonna be on a talk show talking about it. Uh,
Yeah, and then I just think it's crazy that there's so many people that are saying the same thing, and like, why are we just now hearing about this?
so let me ask you this, and this is conspiracy time. Do you really think that there is an Illuminati?
I think that for as long as there have been any type of organizations of power and prestige, that there have been people that's been running it. I mean, that's what all of America is founded on. When you think about, the Federal Reserve Bank, when you think about all these different organizations, you know, that everybody know about in these secret societies, like it's hard for me to believe that it wouldn't be true.
I think so too. Like something going on, passing the power.
Something going
And what
on.
about? Did you see what Cat Williams said, that the package is that if when you do get married and you initiate it, you get a light skinned woman that don't look. I forget what he said. Don't look like nothing. Just a light skinned
He
woman.
said a light skinned Michael Jackson looking like shit.
Yeah, yeah. That was funny as hell.
It
But
was
they all
funny,
have it. They all have it.
they all got it. Like it's like they get to a certain point of prestige or money and power or influence, and then they all get like a light skinned Michael Jackson looking shit. And I mean, I'm not mad, but it's just like, what's up with that? And then they don't leave. Like those chicks don't leave. Like somebody said that when when Kevin Hart woman got, when Kevin Hart got caught cheating, she wanted to leave, but she couldn't based on, the situation at hand.
So they basically like Stepford wife / plants.
Plants.
Like a plant.
Definitely plants. But you know what was funny is heck?
What?
Bruce.
Girl. That man, my God. Go ahead and tell us, because that man, he don't need to be saying anything.
So Bruce was like, if Cat Williams would have said something about me,
is that how he said?
I would have been moving furniture.
You can't get off the furniture.
And the comments was crazy. Like, just move. People was like, just move something, right? Like, I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. That's his problem. He don't get off the furniture.
He ain't been getting off the furniture in a long time.
Oh, my gosh. Buddha Barber is in the building.
Buddha Barber in the building. Hey. And we got our favorite guest, Jamila Jones. So we're going to be taking calls tonight, right? Because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But what we want to do, and we definitely want to get your opinion, so definitely put your comments in the chat. But we definitely want to talk about defining dating. So I was having a conversation with some people that I'm really cool with, and we were talking about how dating looks now at 40 in comparison to when we were younger. And so we were talking about, like, we need to define dating because everybody, men and women both alike, have different definitions when it comes to dating. So I'm just going to ask the question, and please put it in the chat. What is your definition of dating? What's yours, Todd?
My definition of dating is taking time to get to know someone, what their interests are. I need to know how they interact in public. I need to know etiquette. These are things that you want to know when you're dating somebody, just to get to know who they are. Are they responsible? All that. Jimmy? Okay. Hold on, let me get this.
We got a call?
We got a call.
Okie dokie.
Hey.
Hey, me Mosta in the building.
I am here, Mosa Juan Loca. I am here. So my definition of dating is I have flip sides of this. Because some people feel like dating is more than one person. And you can date more than one person. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. So some people define dating can be more than multiple people. But then when sex gets involved, how many people are you having sex with? So for me, I cannot date more than one person because I feel like if me and you start dating and we start having sex, how many people are you going to have sex with? So that's my issue with the dating. Because once I feel like I'm dating you, there's no competition with me because I don't feel like nobody can stand against me. So I feel like if you're dating me and we're having sex, then you don't need to be dating anybody else. So that's when the ball drops for me. But you are allowed to date more than one person because that's what dating is. But men feel like, oh, you're going to be stuck with me and that's just what it is. For me, it's not. But if I'm having sex with you, I feel like I can only have sex with with one person. I can't date somebody that's having sex with a whole bunch of other people. I just can't do it. That's just me.
So when it comes to dating, so what I hear you are saying is that if you're dating somebody, right? If sex is not on the table, then you can date multiple people. And when you say your definition of dating includes what? Just talking on the phone, going out to dinner? What does it include? Did we lose her?
She hung up.
We must have lost her. But I'm gonna just say this. In my opinion, when it comes to the definition of dating, right?
Wait, hold up.
Oh, she calling back in?
No, look, read that.
You having sex in the dating stage? I mean, put in the comments, Mimosa, like, are you having sex in the dating stages? Because in my opinion, when I think of dating, I don't think of sex. I think that when you're dating somebody, sex is not on the table. In my opinion, I can date multiple people. That means we might hang out, we might go to dinner, we might go get ice cream, we might sit and have coffee, we have conversations on the phone.
We got
sex is not a part of that. We got another caller. Juicy Talk, what's up?
Juicy Talk, what's going on?
Hello. Yes, I have my definition on dating.
Okay.
My name is Messy Boots, and my definition is to be honest and open on what you expect, their needs, your wants, and just be honest about it and don't lie. When you're dating someone, this is the opportunity to get to know if they have nuts in their family. Are you crazy? Is the dad crazy?
No, for real.
And, it's important to vet these people. It's important to run their name to see if they have any charges for molesting kids. Mm-hmm. And a lot of females don't do that.
Absolutely right.
I agree.
I agree with that.
If they got domestic violence records in their past.
Absolutely. Why did you in your last relationship didn't work? Did you go upside her head? Did you fight her? You have to just ask a lot of questions because these guys don't volunteer anything.
No, they don't.
So let me ask you a question. You said your name was Messy Boots?
Yes.
Okay. So do you believe that you should, when you're dating, you should date multiple people at one time?
You're going in and out. What did you say?
Okay. So when you are dating someone, do you feel like you can date multiple people at one time? Is that okay?
Yes, I do believe you can date multiple people, but you have to let all of them know. Yeah, I'm dating multiple people, but I'm not having sex with anybody. I'm not copulating with anyone. But I'm just trying to get to know you to see if things are going to go to the next level. It's like interviewing for a job.
Okay,
I like to ask some questions to see if I even want to stay on this job. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right. It's kind of an interview. That's right.
I like that.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, they don't look at it like that. What they do is they jump into these relationships, they copulate, find out they don't like the person or you don't mesh with them that well. You don't like his family. He got 10 kids he didn't tell you about. And then you want to act surprised because you're pregnant now.
19.
You about to be baby mama number 11.
11. No, for real.
Vetting is important. And then you have to like really vet these guys because they're liars. They're narcissists. I just can't express that enough.
No, I agree.
I tell my kids, you gotta vet these guys. Then bring them around your dad or your uncle and see how they respond to them.
I definitely
do they man up or do they come up with excuses?
Is they hiding behind the couch and now they ain't got no voice, but they got a lot of stuff to say when it's YouTube, but when your family come around, they like all quiet and
I couldn't
silent.
hear you.
You guys,
I said, you know, when you bring them around your family, your dad, your, you know, loved ones, are they, you know, cowering and hiding and they ain't got much to say? But when it's just you, they all bold and excited. But amongst your family or other men, you know, they act like little kitty cats.
Yeah, let them meet them, and you know, you don't, and just to make sure that they are okay and see if they are only, and that's only if you're taking that person to the next level, because you're still vetting. But if you feel like they have options and you want to let them meet somebody in your family, another male, so they could vet him too and ask him questions and listen to what he has to say, that's perfectly okay. You know, that's how I feel.
thank you for sharing that. I
Thank
agree
you
with
so
you.
much, Messy Boots. We appreciate your comment.
Okay, I'm Messy Boots, and I think I like this station. I'll be tuning in.
All right. Thank you, Messy
Thank
Boots.
you.
We
Y'all have a
appreciate
great
it.
day. I can't hear y'all a lot, but you're going in and out. But thank you, and I'll
Thank
talk
you.
to y'all later.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
What's this over here? You know what I think? I think that if you're dating, I think before you even start dating, you need to make a want list, what you want, qualities you want in a person, and what you don't want. And you need to stick to it. If this person is hitting stuff on your don't want list, you need to go ahead and get and stop it before it becomes this is a red flag. No, just stop it. If they hitting those don't wants, also you need to set boundaries. Because if you don't set boundaries, someone will set them for you. What's your boundaries on sex? What's your boundaries on emotional? Is this person needy? Is this a needy individual? Is this a person that's calling you 24/7? Just needy, needy, needy? Is this physical? This person play too much? Sexual boundaries. I mean, do you think you supposed to get someone after the first date, or you need to set boundaries as well? Let them know, like, hey, I'm just trying to get to know you. Whatever your boundaries may be, but you need to set those.
I know one of the things that we were talking about is that somewhere along the dating, you know, over time, we've lost the ideology of the men. I like when Messy Boots was talking about how men covering the women in their family. Like it was a day and time where a man had to ask permission if he could date, you know, a daughter or something like your daughter. Like before I can date your daughter, I gotta ask permission. I'm getting feedback.
You get feedback?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think that it's important to first decide whether or not have the men around your family, have the men that's in your life, talk to this individual, see who they are. I like that idea. I think we should take it back to old school values. And I definitely think that as women, we should start taking sex off the table.
Let's take this back to the old school. Sorry.
Hey.
No, but for real.
We need to take that off the table. So, me being at this stage, I like this 40 stage because I feel like I'm at the stage where I can date the father, the daddy, and the son. We got another caller.
Welcome to Juicy Talk.
I'm curious to know what you and Michelle feel about dating. I'm curious. And what are the rules? What are the rules? Do you have to tell them up front, hey, I'm dating more than one person? I'm gonna have sex, or you know, what are the rules? Are there rules to dating? Is it really rules? Because a different race, I want to say white people, they date more than one person, from what I know. And black people, we get stuck on one guy. That one guy will just take us to the top, and then we feel like we can only date them, and we stuck with their ass. But you can date multiple people. But I want to know how y'all think about that. What are there rules to dating? Is it really rules? That's what I want to know. How y'all think about that? Like, what are the rules? Are there rules to it? Like, you know,
I'll answer that
are
first.
there rules?
I think there should, if there, it should be rules because you need to make sure you're like-minded. It's
Me
like
too.
you have a group of friends, like you need to make sure this person, you need to be friends first. You got to learn how to be this person's friend. You got to know if your social skills match with this
Okay.
person. Um, you need
Right.
to know how this person acts in public. Is he rude to the waiter if you're going out? You need to match everything when you're going out. I mean, when
Yep.
you learn to meet
Yep.
somebody. Also, you do have to set boundaries. You
Yep.
don't know what this person's goals is. You need to find out if your goals match, if you have the same similar upbringing. Because like I said, some people, what did we say before? Some people were raised in survival, and some people were raised in love. And your argument, you will argue, people will be defensive. You need to figure out how this person interacts. What's this person's education? That's
Yep.
important too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things. What's this person's work ethic? Is this gonna be a match for you? Now, and it is rules,
Mhm.
and these are rules that we don't ask because the problem is we don't set boundaries. We let people set boundaries for us, and then
We
we end
don't.
up in these
You're right.
situations
You're right.
with
Mhm.
these men, or if men with women. We don't set boundaries. We just go out. Oh, a man will see somebody.
You're
Oh,
right.
she
You're
fine.
right.
Oh, she got a
Yep.
big butt, and he
Mhm.
don't care. He don't care that she
Yep. Oh
trifling
my
at
God.
home and
Yes.
sink full of dishes and they borrowing each other's clothes. He don't care. A woman will see a
Oh my
man
God.
and they'll see the potential in a man instead of just trying to get to know who they are. Well, he can be. And in their head, we just creating this person in our head what we think they can be instead of what they actually are.
And that's not, they don't even
You
exist.
are
The
so
person you
right. I
think
feel like you have to lay it all down the line when you're dating. You got to say what you expect and what you're asking for.
Mhm.
Like, what are you looking for?
Exactly.
You really have to put it out there because when you're 35 and over, you have to let them know because I think around 35, you know what you want when you're over 35. So I feel like at that point in time, I'm in my 40s. You have to, because I don't have time for that shit. So you have to lay it down the line on what you want and what you expect. You have to. I don't care what nobody say. You have to say what you're looking for. You have to say, hey, I don't want to date nobody with kids. I don't want to. Your kids got to be over 10, and I'll date you. You have to say if you're going to have sex. You have to say, I use condoms. It's a lot to come with that. It's a lot. It's a lot. It really is a lot because some men will get stuck with you and they feel like, okay, I'm dating you. So when they find out you're dating somebody else, they want to act crazy. You have to lay it down the line. I just feel like you have to, when dating, you have to let everybody know what it is. We're not kids anymore. After a certain age, you have to let them know what it is.
Absolutely.
Because then you're going to get in trouble. You will. And Tasha, with your nice ass shape, you gotta let them know what it is. Michelle too. Y'all gotta let them know what it is. Because if you don't, you're in trouble. You really are. You'll be locked into a relationship and you don't even know how you got into that situation.
Mm-hmm.
You won't.
That is very, very true.
It
That's very true. I
you
definitely
have to let everybody know what it is in the beginning.
Yeah. I definitely feel like I
You
have
have
been in
to.
situations where I was locked into a relationship that I necessarily kind of may have not been ready for, based on the fact that that man or that individual set his intentions and he knew what he wanted, and he wanted me with nobody else. Like, I want you to date me exclusively. And I might have not been ready for that. I might have just been ready to just, explore my different options. But because I felt pressured, I found myself in a situation where I am dating somebody and now I'm in a relationship, married or whatever. And it was like, hey, I moved too fast based on I didn't set my boundaries and my intentions. And I've definitely have done that when I was younger. But now at this age and stage, I think that as women, we have to be very mindful that we are setting our expectations. We're putting our expectations out. If you notice, men always say, this is what I want from a woman. This is what I'm looking for. But as women, we don't always do that. We kind of be like, well, what do you want? What are you looking for in a relationship? And then the next thing you know, you're being these things that he wants you to be, but that's not even, what you're really looking for. You've never even stated what you want.
Never. That's why I say it's important to do a want and what you don't want list, period. So you know what you want. You need to be upfront with what you want.
Absolutely.
If you're looking to get married, you need to let them know my goal is that I'm looking for a husband. You need to be for real. Oh, we have a caller.
Okie dokie.
Juicy Talk.
Oh, we have a caller.
Hello?
Yep, you on Juicy Talk.
Hey, can you hear me okay? Hello?
Wait a minute, 1 second.
Yep, you might have to turn down your TV or your YouTube.
Let me see it.
Yep, you might have to turn down your TV or your YouTube.
Okay, 1 second.
Yep, you might have to turn down your TV or your YouTube.
You got it?
How about now?
I hear you. My bestie in the building. Go ahead.
Hey, boo. Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
So I think one of the things that we do too as females, I think we do too much too soon. I think that, like the other caller said, that we'll find someone, we'll start talking to them, and we like them, and we cut everybody else off that we talked to before.
Yep.
But sometimes the men don't cut theirs off. So when things don't go the way that we feel they should go, we get upset. But they're cool because they're still talking to other people. Mm-hmm. And that just creates an issue. And also, we start playing wife too early. Mm. When we meet somebody and we get to talking on the phone here and there, they'll call and they'll say, "What you doing?" And you're like, "I'm cooking." He like, "What you cooking?" And you tell him. The next thing you know, he's like, "You want to play?" Then I just go to all the extra stuff where we start doing girlfriend and wife stuff. Well, we not girlfriends and wives.
At all.
And we get upset with them, but we put ourselves in that predicament. We do that. Yep. So that's some things that we have to be careful of, because at a certain age, you don't have time to waste. You can't be wasting time with this one for 6 months, this one for a year, this one for a year and a half, and it never turned into anything. So it just comes a time in your age where you have to be careful, and you have to make sure or let them know that you're dating for a purpose.
Dating for a purpose.
Because this is not back in the day when we were younger and we talked to somebody because they were cuter. We thought they had money and they had a nice car. Most of us already have that ourselves. So we have to date with intentions and let them know what our intentions are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And since I got you on the line, go ahead and shout your business out. Shout your business out.
All right. Well, my name probably already popped up, but this is Shalonda Reese. I am the owner of Essence Services, a home care agency in Akron, Ohio. I'm also the owner of Paramount Lab. At Paramount Lab, we do Department of Transportation drug testing, pre-employment drug testing, background checks. If you're dating, as we're talking about, and she says she's pregnant, you're not for sure, bring her on in. I do DNA test. If she lies, you say it's yours.
Bring her
and
on
you
in.
buying all this kind of stuff and getting ready for the baby. And y'all get into a little kerfuffle. And you catch a case, I ain't even the bail bonds when I come bind you out.
That's right.
So you can come visit us at 1602 Brenton Road, Akron, Ohio, 44310. My phone number is 330-510-8487.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for calling in.
That's so fire. She's so dope. Thank you for calling in.
So I do feel like we need to get to the point where men need to prove themselves. I think that we do a lot of proving ourselves to men. Like, I'm a good girl. I'm amazing. I'm wonderful. You're going to love it here. We do a lot of improving ourselves, and we really don't make men improve themselves like they should.
Right.
So I got a question to ask.
Go ahead. You asking
What
the chat?
about men? So we talked about expectations and boundaries and all of those things, but what about when you do everything right? You're putting all your, boundaries in place, you're doing everything, but you're interacting with somebody who just lies for no reason. They send their representative and you're not really they're not being truly honest with who they are. How do you navigate that when it comes in the dating world? Please call in 216-202-5353. Also, you can also leave messages in the chat and we'll put them up on the post. But I think that's like a big thing too, because a lot of men are like completely lying. I know I had somebody inbox me and wanted me to bring up this topic, but they were basically saying how the man that they were dating, basically, she was dating this man for 3 or 4 months, and she basically, this chick called her and she found out that this man hadn't even been telling her his real name.
Not his real name.
He was married and had a wife, and she didn't know because he gave her a whole different name.
People, we are at the day and age where if you're not comfortable giving somebody your social security number, you shouldn't be having sex with them. We are at the day and age where you need to see not only their driver's license, but their my chart. I need to see that too. You know what I'm saying? I need to know if you have high cholesterol. I need to know if you are a type 2 diabetic. I need to know these things because I'm not signing up to be a home health aide, because some men are looking for that too. And some people, we need to know everything about you right now, because this is the day and age where it's a lot. It's catfishing, it's lies, and we're not doing all that. We're not doing it.
Mm-mm.
Shout out to 8 Point Bistro for this.
I mean, we're at the point now where you got to just show up. Like, can you please put your ID? You got to do fingerprints. Like, I need you to put your hand on this pen.
No, for real.
I mean, that's where we at right now, because people are really just lying about who they are. They are sending their representatives and not being honest about who they are and what they're doing when it comes to relationships. So we just got to do better as women. I definitely feel like we need to set boundaries. We need to set what I've gathered from this conversation is we need to set boundaries. We need to make our intentions known. We got a comment. Men and women both do the same thing. Women are more discreet. I trust myself and don't expect anything from anyone. That way I can never be let down or disappointed. But is that the way that you want to be when you're dating somebody? Do you want to be in a place where you just have this mindset, I can't trust anybody? That reminds me of like survival mode, like we talked about, thriving and surviving. Like you get to a place in your life where if you come from an environment where you are loved and cared for and people are genuine and honest, that's how you see and you approach the world. And you may not have had the experiences of being around people who don't share those same values. So when that person comes across you and you're like this bubbly, happy, honest person, and they're deceitful, you may not catch that because you see the world through the lens of what you have, the environment that you come from. And this other person, they see their environment, they come from an environment where everybody was deceitful and couldn't be trusted.
So do you ever heard the term, you put expectations on people, and when you set expectations, you setting yourself up on people?
One of my favorite sayings is expectations are premeditated disappointments.
Hold on. Hold that thought. Absolutely. Don't do it. That's just the key to heartbreak.
I get that.
I know. Okay.
I definitely understand, but I think that a lot of times I feel like there's nothing wrong with having expectations, and I think that goes with letting someone that you're, potentially dating, let them know what you want and what your expectations are.
I agree with that.
Definitely agree. So I got a question for you. Your bestie, she talked about she gives paternity tests. So I was having a conversation with some friends, and we were talking about paternity tests. And what do you think about the hospitals making paternity tests mandatory?
In the age of child support, honestly, I think that well, I'm one of those people, old fashioned now. I think if you're not really vetting this person and comparing social skills, boundaries, wants and don't want, and you're not taking the time to really get to know this person, DNA tests should be mandatory, and unless you're married. I mean, unless you're married, and I don't got nothing to do with that either, because sometimes the mailman be, all that, and it is what it is. But I think DNA tests should be mandatory. I think speaking on the behalf of the child, I think the child has the right to know who their biological parents are.
Yeah, I think they should make before you can sign a birth certificate. I think that you should have if you have the desire to sign a birth certificate. I think married or not married, I think paternity test should be mandatory in the hospital. I do. I think it would cut out a lot of confusion, um, because I feel like we live in a day and age where people have sex casually, and I just think that it creates problems for children and generations, and it just causes a mess. And I think that more women and more men should take sex off the table altogether.
Exactly.
I
That's what I'm
think
saying. If you don't feel comfortable giving this person your social security number, do not give up your coochie or penis, whichever. Don't. You got to feel all the way in. Just don't. Because especially if you're in a childbearing age, just don't do it. If you're not all the way comfortable with this person and you don't understand boundaries, you don't tell your business to people you don't know. People talk too much. That's another thing too. You tell too much. You tell your business too much. Get to know this person. Really get to know this person, the person's family. Like the caller said before, get to know everything you can about this person. And just because, and if you start having sex, you need to wear protection, because you don't know how this person feels about having children. You don't know. Don't put yourself in that situation. You need to stay protected. You need to be on birth control. And this man needs to wear a condom. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this man tell you, oh, let's have unprotected sex because they want to see what your coochie feel like. That's all that is. It's not because they want to have a baby. Well, you had unprotected sex
it's
with
too
me.
little. The condom's too little.
Right. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that, because that's 18 years. You got to sit there and smack yourself upside the head. Don't fall
Very
for that.
true.
Protect yourself. Protect yourself emotionally. Protect yourself physically. Protect yourself sexually.
And I think that's one of the things that we don't talk about as much. We talk about protecting yourself physically, but we don't talk about enough protecting yourself emotionally. And I think that goes for men and women. I think that you should protect yourself emotionally. You have to guard your heart. That's where boundaries come in at. And we just need to be better about that when it comes to relationships.
Absolutely.
You do yourself a disservice when you don't.
Make sure, while y'all in the chat, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Share. We need y'all to share so we can help build it. It helps our algorithm as well. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in as we go on to the next segment.
All right.
We might have a call. Welcome to Juicy Talk. You live.
What?
You live on the air.
Take me off.
We got DJ Laylo in the building.
DJ Laylo.
Who is it?
All right, just one.
I ain't live for real, am I?
Yes, you are. You are live on the
So
show right now.
we're talking about.
All right, I'll call you back.
Hey, no, don't get off the phone now.
Hang up before you hang up. You don't want to. No, we ain't gonna do that to you. Okay, I'll hit you back.
Okay.
You should have made him answer the question. He called during the show. He got an answer.
True.
No, so I just think that one of the things that I was talking about is I think that you have to be ready to date. I think a lot of times people start dating, and I've heard people say the dating pool has pee in it.
I heard that.
And I think that that's because a lot of people start dating and they're not ready to date. They don't know how to take constructive criticism. You know, they have a lot of different unresolved emotional issues that they haven't dealt with. And you bring all that baggage to a relationship or to a potential person that you're dating, and you bring about drama and confusion. And you don't even realize that you are full of that because you have not actually dealt with yourself and your own hurts, pains, frustrations, etc. You have to be in a place to be ready. If you are, and that goes for men and women. If you're not financial, if you're dealing with financial issues, you don't have your financial life together, you're not, you have a lot of social, emotional issues that you haven't dealt with. You have family, childhood trauma that you haven't resolved through therapy and getting help. You need to resolve those things before you can have a healthy relationship. You have to first be healthy within yourself. And I think a lot of people are dating and being in relationships, and they have not dealt with all of the traumas in their childhood problems, issues, their last baby mama, their heartbreaks, their disappointments, their mama wasn't there for them, or they grew up with a lot of social, issues, and they are bringing all of that drama into a relationship, and they are creating trauma bonds that are very dysfunctional.
Ooh, trauma bonds. You
And I just
absolutely
think that
correct.
you have to do better about that. Steve.
My goodness. Shout out to 8 Point Bistro, by the way. They have the best martinis in the city of Akron.
They do.
Make sure y'all go. She got big things coming up this weekend at 8 Point Bistro. Shout out.
We got a call.
Juicy Talk.
Juicy Talk.
Hello.
Hello. You are live.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Fine.
Hey, ladies, how y'all doing this evening?
How are
Hello,
you?
how are you? What's your name?
I'm well. This is Bernard. I'm a friend of Michelle's.
Okay.
So I was just sitting back, kind of listening to you guys' conversation. At first, it sounded like a little bit of male bashing, but
No.
I understand everybody got their own perspectives with the relationship.
That's why we need you to call in so we can get yours.
Absolutely. I guess in my opinion, it depends on the person, whether you're dating in a plural sense or in a singular sense. I think, especially when you guys, I'm 46, and you guys were speaking about, dating over 40.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that comes with decision-making skills. So I'm not saying what anybody should expect, but it's a difference between dating and seeing someone, in my opinion. So, I got my expectations of a relationship, but I'm not going to put my expectations on what somebody else would do.
Right.
So I'm going to ask. I date. I'm a Christian, so I date with Christian values, and I try to abide by that. And I feel like if you are dating multiple people, you can't focus on one person. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
If you're dating multiple, you can't focus on one person. I think it's possible to date one person at a time, but I think that's after maybe the third date. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I have to get to know you because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you before I decide I want to just spend this time with you. And it just depends if you're dating to get married, or are you dating just to have a companion, or are you dating because I need, Are you looking for your significant other? I don't know what you're dating for. So in order for me to want to
Absolutely.
settle down, I mean, to be exclusive with you, I need to know what your purpose is as well. You know what I'm saying? And you need to know mine. But I think after the third date, and if that continues, then that's fine. But I think you need to let her know up front, hey, I'm dating multiple people. That needs to be known.
Very,
That
very
needs to be
true.
on that want and don't want list. You need to be upfront. No, we at that age.
Very,
You need
very
to keep it
true. I
100.
agree with you.
Mhm.
I agree with you. You know, women play a lot of games, men play a lot of games.
Absolutely.
So it's just like you said, it's all. So it's not just a one-sided thing. You know, for men, like you said, sometimes the first thing you eat with when you go to a restaurant is with your eyes. But
Mhm.
something has to be appealing for you to even want it.
That's
So,
right.
men, we eat with our eyes. Women eat with their eyes as well. But, you guys might have other things in mind as far as, okay, I'm gonna get to know this person. And it's all, especially after 40, your decision making skills should be up to par. So you should be able to figure out, hey, is this the type of person that, like one of you guys said, which I agree with completely, like, what kind of job you got? What are you doing?
Mhm.
What's your work ethic?
Exactly.
A, B, and C. If you want to date someone with kids or if you don't. So, I was in a complete agreement with that. As far as the intimacy in a relationship, I'm a firm believer in there is no time limit. I've seen people that I know that have one night stands and then they ended up getting together and getting married later. I've seen people be in relationships for 10 years, get married, and the marriage don't last but a year.
Mhm.
So, I'm not a person that believes you can put a time constraints on certain things, but I just think, it's just about honesty and chemistry.
I
But
mean,
once you get
yeah.
past that, it's about adult decisions.
I agree with that to a certain extent. However, at this day and age, because of so much going on, like what you described, like one person they met and they got married and stuff like those are like outliers outside the bell curve. That's not the norm. So, most of the time, most of us inside that bell curve, we need to know who you are. We need to know what your mic chart says and all that stuff because it's diseases you can survive, but you can't get rid of. I don't even know if you got health
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, me personally, I'm a grown ass man, financially stable, great personality, believe in God. So, I'll put that out from the get go. But I also got certain criteria that I got for a woman. So, I have expectations as well. So, excuse me.
Glad you
With
asked
that being
that.
said,
Wait a second, Bernard.
uh,
I got a question for you. So by you
uh,
being you're a Christian, correct? Would you date
correct.
somebody that was not a Christian, but you
I
like
actually
them?
have before.
Would you date somebody?
I
Okay.
actually have, and I married that person, and we weren't equally yoked. So when they speak about equally yoked, they speaking about that's really an analogy. When they talk about two equally yoked means you got two oxen pulling the same cart. So if y'all not on the same page, y'all not got the same curriculum. Excuse me, for what it is you're looking for in a relationship, you're going to have discord. And discord is the opposite of accord. So there was a lot of discord in that marriage that I was in because we didn't have the same religious values. But when I married this person, I thought, okay, she's a great person. You know what I'm saying? Cool, we get along here, A, B, and C. But, it's we were together for 8 years. But as time proceeded, we did start having different opinions about things, different fallouts. And that's cool because a relationship is primarily about compromise.
Okay.
But I would never date again outside of my religion.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. You have any questions for me?
No, I don't. Thank you,
Thank you so much
Bernard, for
for
calling
sharing
in.
with
We
us.
appreciate you for calling in. Thank you for your
Okay, thank you,
comment.
ladies. I appreciate that.
Yes.
All right.
You guys have a happy 2024.
Thank
And
you.
you as
too.
well.
Thank you.
So That was
Interesting.
very interesting. I don't know why men think we man bash. We really be
We
talking
need
in
some.
general.
Hey, that's why the phone lines is open. You know, I can only speak from a perspective of a female.
Woman, right.
However, I do understand that women are on some trash just as well as men are on trash. I've never
Absolutely.
dated a woman, so I can only talk about what I've done. So, you know what I'm saying? I have no issues. I think it's 50-50 right now. I'm serious. 2024, I think it's 50-50. We can talk,
Absolutely.
but we know notoriously who it was known for, but women can be on that too.
Yeah, I think that people typically across the board can be on trash, but that's why I think that people just, I think the biggest problem that I see in our society as a whole is people not being comfortable with who they are. I think we live in a society where people need so much outside validation and that they are making up for what they didn't receive earlier in life, that they find themselves in situations where they're looking for validation from other people, and it causes them to create these facades of who they are and not really be their true, most authentic selves.
So they
That's just
catfishing. They
they
just
catfish.
emotional
They
cat.
sending a representative all the time instead of really being who you are. Like they just can't be, like if you know you a man and you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, any woman that you approach, you should tell her like, hey, I'm never going to be faithful to you. I'm going to mess with multiple women on a regular basis and let her make a decision for themselves. But we live in a society that's very greedy as well. And that's men and women. We're so greedy that we want what we want with no consequences. So we'll lie, cheat, steal to get what we want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just think that you have to ask the questions up front. If you meet somebody, because men are visual. We all know that men look at things from a visual perspective. And that is to be true. Because we know that because most commercials that are directed at males are sexually oriented. You know what I'm saying? Women date from listening and women are visuals, but to an extent, not like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't
They're
have
more mental.
cheerleaders on our teams, but I think what I'm trying to say is I've been drinking.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking.
And I told I'm not messing with these martinis.
These martinis, listen.
Girl.
I don't know if y'all sipping with us in the chat, please put in what y'all sipping on. But I promise y'all, like I'm over here. I am feeling a little buzz too. I'm not gonna lie.
Dizzy D in the building.
Dizzy D in the building. Yeah, I just think, hey, so my takeaway from what's your takeaway from this? Because my takeaway is we need to set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make our intentions known for 2024. Mm-hmm. We need to
have certain social skills to even want to date. Because you can be argumentative.
Emotionally available. You have to be healed and whole in order to come to a relationship to be ready to date.
Absolutely.
And what else? And you can date multiple people, but if you're gonna date multiple people,
you need to be upfront about it.
Be upfront about it and maybe take sex off the table so that you're not influenced adversely by sex. What's up, DJ Jelly? Other part of Lady Menace.
In the building.
Hello, Dante. So if you're just coming on our live, you will see that we're talking about defining dating. What is your comments about dating? And you can actually call in if you would like to.
Mm-hmm. Dating in 2024, what does that go for? How is that for if you're 40 and up? What does that look like for us?
Yeah, because I definitely think dating changes between like being in your 20s and being in your 40s. I think that after 40, you really are dating with a purpose. Mm-hmm. You want to, you're dating with a purpose. You want something out of this relationship. We're not just dating for fun. Like you've been there, done that. Now it's like, what are we doing? How are we going to progress together? What are we building? What are we creating? What's your vision for the future?
No, for real. Do you have health insurance? Like, what I need to know what your work ethic is, for one. I mean, we're at that age. A lot of us are homeowners. A lot of us, you know what I'm saying? And we need to know what you want. What is your goal? What are you about? I need to know that.
So what are some of the questions we should be asking after 40 when dating? Put it in the chat. I'm curious.
Right.
What are some of the questions you ask if you're over 40 and you're dating? What are some of the questions you ask a man? I know somebody said
Men and women. Also, like, men, what are some of your questions you would want to know about women if you're dating over 40? We want to know.
Yeah. Jamila said, what's your sign and do you have high blood pressure?
What's your zodiac sign? Hey, the people, India, from the continent of India. India. Is that a country or a continent? It's a country. Damn, this martini. Okay, but anyway, they date based on zodiacs. They pair each other up based on zodiac signs. That's different. That's that culture for you. Oh, okay, that's a good one right there.
What are you looking for? Long-term and short-term goals. I like that.
Wait, kind of elaborate on that. Like short-term, long-term as in lifetime, or short-term that I want to date you right now, or like what do you mean by like long-term and short-term? Is this somebody I'm just dating right now because we want to kick it and we just want to go out and have wingdings? Or is this somebody I'm looking at that I want to add on my I want to retire with and buy a rental properties and have a wonderful marriage and all that? Is that which one? Which kind is that?
Because I want to retire and I want to move to Sedona, Arizona.
Sedona? Oh, I heard that's a lot. That's nice. I'm saying, like, what are short term and long term goals? Because some people just want to just go out and date and have fun and just eat wingdings. Ain't nothing wrong with wingdings.
Especially if they are flats. Do you have a retirement plan?
Do you have a retirement plan?
I think that's like a big thing because and no judgment, but I have a retirement plan. And I don't know that I would want to be in a situation where somebody is just starting out or maybe have not planned for their, senior years, later in life. I don't know.
Goals, future relationship, career, absolutely. Okay. But we have a lot of people that kind of kicked it. All they did was kick it or have a good time and party from their 20s and their 30s, and they're just not waking up in their 40s. So they don't have that longevity on the job. They might have jumped job to job to job, or they might be in a band where they just worked on their own terms and they're just now getting it, or they might have been in the streets. I mean, it's for real. Some people has been in the streets just getting home. Let's be 100. Like, what are their goals? Like, for real. We need to know. I mean, like, it's a lot of scenarios you can put out there. People done 20 years. They have it. Do they get it? Did they get an opportunity? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I know for me, definitely one thing that someone said is they said looking at a person's social background in determining if they are a person that you should date. I know that I met this lady and she had been married for a very long time, and she got married when she was in her 30s, and she was saying that one of the things that how she ended up getting married is
you got a phone call. Sorry.
Okay. You said you got a phone call?
Welcome to Juicy Talk.
I got tired of typing, so I figured I would call.
DJ Jelly in the building.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
I made it through.
Yes.
I made it to Juicy Talk. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. I'm tipsy.
Were you ladies wrapping it up?
No, we want to know your
No, so
thoughts.
I was just getting ready to tell a story about a lady that I know who, you know, she
Oh, did I
said that
lose
when
y'all?
she was in her
No, you can hear us. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I couldn't hear Juicy.
Okay.
Okay. So I was talking
Oh,
about
now
a
I can hear
lady.
you.
Okay. I was
Mhm.
talking about a lady that I know that she was when she was in her 20s, she said she dated guys based on how they looked and you know if she was attracted to them. She said, but as when she wanted to get married, she started dating
Oh
guys
no,
based.
it's breaking.
Breaking up?
Yeah, I couldn't hear any of that.
That's your
Okay.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah, it might. I can hear Tosh beats.
You can hear me?
Every every time Juicy was talking, it chipped out.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start
I'll
again.
just go back to.
So
Okay.
I'll go back to texting.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
saying
I'll
I
okay.
go
don't know how
back
to
on the
fix that yet.
text.
We're still working on this.
All
We
right. Well,
build
thank
the
you for calling
It's
capability.
all
in,
right.
Sally.
Thank you for
Yeah.
calling, though. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So the lady that I was talking about, she dated a guy, you know, she would just date guys regularly. But she said when she started to get married and she felt like she wasn't successful in dating, she started dating men that had similar backgrounds to herself. So her parents had been married for like 30 years and she stopped dating guys who was raised by single moms. She stopped dating guys who may not have had the understanding of what marriage looked like. And when she met her husband, when they were dating, when she started asking questions like, you know, are your parents married? How long have your parents been married? Are your parents still together? And she started dating men that had similar backgrounds to her, and she found it to be successful. And you know, she's been married for over 20 something years now. And I found it to be very interesting because myself, when I was married, I kind of took on what she said and I stopped dating guys who did not have an upbringing like myself. My parents were married for 30 years, you know, so I start dating people who had similar backgrounds to me. And I did get, you know, and I actually married that man. So I think that that is a good tidbit for some people. Like
Very.
maybe date people that have similar backgrounds, that whatever your background may be, but a lot of times if you want to be married to somebody, maybe date somebody who has the understanding of what marriage looks like. Because I think a lot of times I hear men say, and I even posted about it, I've heard men say, oh, I want a wife and I want a woman who's marriage material. But do you actually know what marriage material is? And it's the same thing for women. Do you actually know what a husband looks like? What does that look like? What is your definition of a husband?
Let me call you right back. Give me a second.
So
Okay, sorry about that.
that's okay. I just think that it's important to date people who have similar backgrounds and similar upbringing because then they will understand how you are, your definition, what marriage look like for you, and the roles that you are used to playing in your family dynamic. And I think we
Absolutely.
count that out when it comes to relationships and looking at relationships.
So you think that people should marry like-minded?
Absolutely.
So let me
Absolutely.
ask you this, since we're talking about that. What if people were two different cultures, like or two different races, and how do you think what about that? How does that come into play?
I think that you can marry. So I think that you can marry people that are different races and different ethnicity, different ethnicities, backgrounds, but you typically have something that's common, right, to you. So, like for instance, I'll say in my family, my both of my brothers are married to people of different races, ethnic races than they are, right?
Mhm.
Ethnic groups than they are, and but they have similarities because they all come from backgrounds where people have been married and have longevity in marriages. So it's they still have very much similar backgrounds, parents college educated, different things like that that brings a bond amongst them,
Mhm.
having big families. Some people come from environments where they're used to big families, big family holidays, close knit families. Those things matter. And it may not just be just your parents were married and my parents are married and now we understand marriage so we can get together. But it can be things like, we were raised as, like you said, Christians or raised as Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever it may be, Muslim or whatever it is that is similar and familiar to what you have experienced in your life,
Absolutely.
And I think that makes a difference because I think a lot of times we end up in relationships with people that don't have the same understanding or upbringing.
Not at all.
And when you have that, if your father was a Rolling Stone and he always cheated on your mom, like if you dating a guy who father was a Rolling Stone or he wasn't there, and now you trying to be in a relationship with somebody who that was not, that has only been in a seen their parents married, it's going to be a lot of conflict because she's going to want you to set and have she's going to want you to have the type of structure in her family home that she's used to being raised in. And
Mhm.
that man is not, or that woman is not going to understand those roles.
Read that one.
It's very hard and it takes a lot of understanding, but because you have different views and different values. That is from Sarada, my
Very
favorite
from different
person.
cultures. Yeah. I agree with that.
And I do agree with that 100%. I think that's a very important question. What type of relationship they have with their family, whether it's with the children, siblings, or parents, definitely is one of my top things. What type of relationship that you do you have with your mother?
Oh
Because
my, that's a red flag right there. If you don't have a good relationship with if a man doesn't have a good relationship with their mother, just keep it going.
yeah, because it does complicate things.
And
If
vice versa.
yes, and vice versa. Because I know a lot of times, when people have hardships around the first people that were supposed to love them, it's very hard for them to understand what love looks like because it has been tainted by the first people in your life that was supposed to love you. And if you are a man or a woman who's dealing with somebody in that type of situation, you're going to find yourself drained a lot emotionally because you have to literally raise this person again and teach them what love looks like and what healthy looks like when it comes to love and relationships. And it's very draining.
And that's why that plays into social skills. Like if you those that plays and in the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. Period. If you're not ready to handle those things, then you don't need to date. If you don't know how to agree to disagree, you don't need to date. If you don't know how to control your temper, you don't need to date. If you don't know how to handle yourself in public, you don't need to date. You know
If
what I'm
you
saying?
can't
If you're not,
communicate effectively,
it's people that don't know how to do that. If you don't know how to be honest and accept constructive criticism, you don't need to date. You need to work on those things because that's part of the real world, and you don't need to bring that trauma or drama to anybody.
and I just think in 2024, we really need to normalize therapy. And it's not saying that if you've been raised in a household with a single parent that you can't ever date anybody unless it's a single parent home. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is make sure that you don't have some of the psychological barriers that is stopping you, and that you've dealt with your issues and your emotional trauma, and that you have dealt with the issues that is potentially stopping you from having healthy relationships. Because
Absolutely.
ultimately, as a whole, as people, we want healthy relationships. Everybody desires healthy, everybody desires love and to be loved, to love and be loved. But you can't do that if you self-sabotage relationships, if you don't have effective communication. And it's a lot of people that sabotage great relationships based on their trauma and fear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that was a great segment on dating. Absolutely.
We thank you so much for joining in.
Before we go, though, we need to talk about one thing. Rock the Crowd Mix Show will be coming back February the 7th. And if you are a DJ and you want to sign up, please make sure you sign up at rockthecrowd1@gmail.com. We do have a commercial for that. Y'all need to sign up.
I'm going to play a commercial.
Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
Yes, Rock the Crowd is coming back very soon. And I just want to say, if you have not, please go like and subscribe to Juicy Talk. Also, like and subscribe to Rock the Crowd on YouTube. And that's Rock the Crowd on YouTube. THE. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. And I thank you for joining us. Everybody that was here, thank you for the callers who called in, who shared their opinion. I truly appreciate it. This wouldn't be a show without you guys. So we definitely appreciate you and your time and staying with us this whole time. Love ya. Peace. Until next time.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share now. Like, subscribe,
and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Say it. Like, subscribe, share. Hey, like, subscribe, and share.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
Hey. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Good evening.